that don't know, Frozen is our producer, and he's so cute. He's such a cutie pie, and he's single.
Don't do.
You know what? Alex is on, so we're gonna have more people watching this. Hey, our producer Frozen Nation is hold on. Our producer Frozen Nation is a cutie pie. Okay. And
I don't think
Cutie
you should be
Pie,
calling me that.
hold on. Cutie Pie Frozen Asian is looking for a lovely lady anywhere near the Toronto area. So if you want to, you know, hook up with him, you can find him on Twitter at @AFrozenAsian. That's at @AFrozenAsian. And use promo code ROTC. We'll give you a 10% discount, male or female. He doesn't care.
Great. Now I'm going to get more dick pics. This is not what
well,
I
did the live read, and now I just did a live read for Frozen for get him girls.
Nice.
I try to help
Use
Frozen.
promo code ROTC.
Yeah.
When you're blowing Asian.
When you're blowing Frozen Asian. Yes, that's fucking wonderful.
Oh.
How was your cigarette?
It was like half a cigarette.
I would take a dab, but I should have told you to get the paperclip. My thing is clogged.
Yeah, you should have told me that.
Why don't you just smoke on air?
I normally, fucking
There he is.
Are you smoking?
I love this.
I haven't smoked in 12 years, but the nuclear war is so close. I'm serious. I said fuck it and started smoking a month ago.
I love this. I love this, Alex, right?
What's your brand?
I do inhale, by the way.
What's your brand?
Yeah, I like all sorts of good stuff.
I'm an American Spirits guy myself.
Anyway, this is an American Spirit. But
there you go. Hey, we smoke the same smokes.
Yeah. The point is, kids don't do this at home.
You know,
kids. But my point is that how much have we been vindicated about? How much, like they admit now, the head of the UN admits for the censors at YouTube, it's now admitted that the head of the UN, WHO, Tedros, says it probably came out of a lab. And now they admit it has like 20% efficacy, the vaccine, if you don't get side effects. Oh, and now they've announced world government. And now first they said there was no inflation. Now they admit there is. I mean, they just had a White House official on Fox saying there's no open border yesterday. It's ridiculous. No one's buying your big corporate gaslighting. It's not working anymore. So let me ask all you guys, we're preparing for the Russian nukes to land from the submarines.
Or the Chinese ones.
I mean, what are they going to do as the whole establishment is discredited right now?
Well, I think they overreached. I think the problem is, Alex, and you know, I think they use remember when they used to lie to us and they used to try to hide it at least? Like they always lied to us, right? But they used to pretend like, oh no, they used to give us bread and circus.
They'd still give us we still have like, you know, a couple funny late night hosts, you know, and you know, we had some decent movies to watch at least, and then they just started going no. Yeah, now they're like no. Now you're just going to get the vaccine.
I want to know why you're not allowed to smoke in studio. Is that your wife doing that?
This is my studio, and yes,
I smoke in my studio.
He smokes in mine, but not in my studio. We don't smoke. We do we smoke weed, but we don't do cigarettes.
But we had you on today.
I want to say it's a disgusting habit, and I think you're right.
Yeah. By the way, this is the best. I tell you, Alex, this is my favorite version of Alex Jones, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no,
this is just had it. Alex
hanging out with Bonnie Rotten, shooting guns, eating steaks, smoking cigarettes, you know, doing yoga and shit. This is I like this, Alex.
What are you drinking there, Alex? Out of curiosity.
What kind of are you gonna get like a McLaren soon, maybe, or a Ferrari? Or
I don't actually smoke or drink. I'm just acting tough.
Oh, he's acting.
I'm actually a virgin either. I haven't had like 1,000 women. I'm just sitting here acting cool. That's not true.
Problem is you smoke too many cigarettes.
This is a CG cigarette. This is not vodka and soda.
Hear me out on this, Alex. InfoWars brand cigarettes.
There, we're talking.
Come on, you know, no
harsh
additives.
If George Strait has a tequila, I should have one, huh?
I mean, I'm telling you, InfoWars tequila.
Properly grown, organic tobacco leaf, hand rolled by Indians.
Well, you know, Tucker Carlson's right. I don't normally learn stuff. I know a lot of stuff, but the other day I knew that cigarettes, I knew that caffeine and nicotine helped, you know, boost IQ while you're on it and focus clarity. And I know the stuff in the cigarette, the extra tar and stuff, is really toxic and bad. The kids shouldn't do it. Way better than fentanyl, which they now let people out of jail who have like tons of fentanyl. Oh, you can leave the next day. I just saw that article yesterday. But nicotine by itself does boost IQ and boost testosterone. And I knew it boosted IQ, but I didn't know that it boosted testosterone. When Tucker Carlson said it last week, I looked it up, and what do you know? It boosts IQ.
Well, every like famous like Hemingway and every famous writer, all of them, one thing they all had in common was they were all heavy smokers, right?
And it inhibits COVID.
That's true. Remember, they did say that.
Nicotine does inhibit COVID.
It does. It does.
Well, it's kind of like if you don't get a lot of sun, you're going to die of cancer. And if you get a lot of sun, you're going to die of cancer. Like if you get a lot of sun, you have high D3, high immune system. We're meant to get sun, but it also kills you. Yeah. So it's like everything's got its balance except fentanyl, which kills everybody. Man, I'm really pissed about fentanyl. Yeah. I personally know 5 people that have died from it the last 3 years, and everybody I know has people that died. And I'm really pissed they're not prosecuting fentanyl people. Weed dealers, other stuff, don't give them jail time. It's non-criminal. Fentanyl people, I want your ass drawn and quartered. Yeah. I want your intestines strung out on national TV. I want these people executed, man. I'm pissed. I don't know, but Biden's banning e-cigarettes with nicotine, but fentanyl's okay. I mean, I am pissed.
Well, not only fentanyl, and I think I brought this up last time you were on. There's a cousin of fentanyl called carfentanil, which is 100 times more powerful than fentanyl. It's not even used medically on because fentanyl they use on like elephants and rhinos and shit. Carfentanil is just a biotoxin. It basically there's been speculation over the years that they'll eventually use bioweapons with carfentanil in them because just a small amount you can aerosolize it, get it in the air. You can kill a stadium full of people.
It was declassified in 1990 and reclassified in 99 under the request of the Marine Corps. But the Sunshine Project of Austin, Texas, which is now a defunct liberal group of good guys, they got the documents via FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, that the Pentagon with the Marines and the Army have drone helicopter bases. This was in the 90s. Drone helicopter bases where a warehouse opens up, a drone helicopter launches, and then it sprays, they said, a synthetic version of opiates up to 500 times stronger that would knock out whole cities during a martial law scenario. They just found that 10% of the population would die of car wrecks and fires doing it. So yes, the government does have drone helicopters as of decades ago in bunkers loaded with fentanyl.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? The fentanyl is something else that we could thank Big Pharma for, the thing we're supposed to worship. That's my other thing about fentanyl.
The good guys.
Yeah.
The good guys.
Yeah, the good guys created it. The same people that create fentanyl and have people addicted to Oxy are telling you, take our vaccine, which, by the way, something else, Alex,
Isn't it weird?
That you could add to your jar is about now they have to come out and said there is side effects to the vaccine. They had to. They just came out. There was news articles that said it is giving Bell's palsy. You are getting blood clots, and they had to put it on there. And even Johnson & Johnson had to stop giving it out because of how bad it was for women.
I was about to say, 16 and up in Europe, none of these experimental shots are even allowed.
Yeah.
We're the only country in the world that did 16 and under and now 6 months and up. And if you try to talk about it, they censor you even though it's true.
Yeah. Also, I find it to be a very odd coincidence.
I just want to say, folks, fentanyl is good for you. CNN does not lie. And the COVID vaccine is wonderful and 100% effective. You'll live forever if you take it and see rainbows.
Perfect.
Don't you find it odd, Alex, though, that the big pharmaceutical companies all got slapped with like an earth-shattering amount of money in a lawsuit? And then, like a year later, they had an emergency authorization for vax that made, I don't know, just about that exact amount of money.
It made a bunch of new billionaires.
The timing seems really weird that they were like,
well, that's right. Pfizer's paid the biggest fines in history. J&J the second largest, and then we're supposed to let them give us something experimental with no real trials. And did you see the FDA Monday? You looked this up, came out and said, we're going to just stop doing trials altogether.
Yep. For any new variants of so they want to be able to change the chemical compound of the vaccine and not have to file for new clinical trials. Just change it on the fly. And their excuse is, well, it's faster, because viruses change very quickly. So that was their excuse for it.
Viruses that were made in the Wuhan lab.
Which you're allowed to say now, but
remember they were telling us that global warming was going to cause all these deadly viruses to come out of the jungles. Sorry, they don't come out of jungles; they come out of laboratories.
Oh yeah, and by the way, and then China doesn't release numbers for it for years. And China, now they're locking down and welding doors over there. And now people here have to pretend that they're shocked. I'm like, shut up. If you had it your way, you guys would have locked us in our homes too and told us to sit there and order Uber Eats until we die.
I just got to say, I was so relieved to find out that those viruses were made in a lab because I just couldn't wait to go back to eating bat.
Oh, yeah.
I stopped eating bat for like 2 months because I was so paranoid, wiping down, you know, all the handles in the house, and then
And that
okay,
weird
no,
little
and it was a
porcupine
Wuhan
creature.
lab, and I went, thank God, can we get some bat, please?
You're thinking of a pangolin. The
It's a
pangolin.
pangolin.
It was a pangolin.
But the big thing is, you guys are right. We have all these government documents coming out of the UK and Canada and Germany and here. They're planning new lockdowns. And 2 weeks after Bill Gates with smallpox eradicated since the 80s goes, smallpox is coming back. And then magically smallpox is back. And now California is talking about new lockdowns for it. So, I mean, this is incredibly transparent. It's almost like an IQ test. Let's see what we'll put up with.
Live announcement right now, breaking news. We are banned on Dlive.
We just got banned on Dlive? That's hilarious.
Yes, we are banned on
Do
Dlive.
you want to know who owns Dlive?
The Chinaman?
The Chinese own
blockchain,
Dlive.
the blockchain Chinaman?
One down. I don't care.
No, I know. We
Dlive.
we use Dlive as one of our streams, but we barely pay attention to it. But yeah, everyone just came over here and went, Dlive's gone. You just got nuked. They don't like you over there, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, they don't like you in
The
Dlive,
Chinese
but-
techno-fascist, the literal Chinese techno-fascist YouTube doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, we don't
happened.
care.
Oh, we don't care about Dlive.
It's Dlive. Who gives a shit? I just
Well, that's
thought it
not
was
very
funny.
nice, though. That's not very neighborly.
Yeah, it's not very nice of Dlive to ban us.
I thought they were one of our allies.
They're
I
not
thought we
one
had
of our
strong
allies.
relations with China.
Well, speaking of allies, Alex, here's a question I do have. What do you think of Zelensky?
I mean, Zelensky's a total, complete, ridiculous actor puppet. They've got him blackmailed because of all the risque stuff he's done. And all that Ukraine is a giant money laundering operation. I saw a cartoon that shows like a building that says Ukraine war, and Democrats walk bags of money in, and they walk bags of money out to themselves. So they've been using Ukraine, like Israel, as a big money laundering operation for a long time. You know, we give aid to Israel, and it just comes right back into the hands that give it. But that's what foreign aid's about. I mean, foreign aid, taxpayer money's given to all these countries, and then special considerations are given to key corporations and groups and individuals. But it's come out like that. They got it right here. Wife of former Ukrainian politician caught with $28 million in cash at the Hungarian border, and it was all U.S. dollars, or 20 million, 25 million
nice?
was the rest was.
Wow, but
Isn't
that's
that
okay,
nice?
Alex. We'll print more. You know we could
It's
just
fine, we
print
could
more.
just
We just
print
give
more.
more
Guys,
money.
can you overhead shot? Because this is not just props
Yeah,
here. You see,
here it
you
is.
guys bring this up.
Yeah.
Let me show these articles. Overhead shot, please.
Yeah.
Oh, we know
There's
you
probably
have
no crew in there. They're
he's got
probably
the documents.
They're probably all on fentanyl.
You know, it's a problem there in Texas.
It is. It's a
You
big.
guys punch this up?
Yeah, big port.
Nobody's in the control room.
No, what's
They're
just,
all on fentanyl.
They just.
It's I'm telling you, man, it's the Chinese.
There it is.
Yeah,
There it
zoom
is.
in.
There it is. There's the overhead here. Let's
Zoom
see
in.
it emerge.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Born on fentanyl. I love you. Wife of former Ukrainian. Blood tells you caught with 28 million. Like 27 million was U.S. money, and it's got photos of it all. Let me show you some photos, and then here's photos of the suitcases of cash.
My God.
Oh,
And then we
my
got,
God.
look, here's the cartoon I talked about. This is exactly what's happening. Taxpayer funds, and they go in, Ukrainian aid, and then members of Congress. It's exactly.
But like,
No.
don't you find it like weird? Because Zelensky's literally a billionaire. By the way, he has a bunch of offshore
Oh
corporations.
yeah, and he has
bunch
like
of shady
he has a
connections.
home like in
Yeah, he's a billionaire. He's walking around in a green screen set and wearing like these T-shirts, and he doesn't own a suit. It's like Joe Biden and his aviators. It's just all this stuff was like focus grouped, and it's like they came up with this image
And
of
they
this
go,
dude.
look, I'm wearing aviators. Liberals put out memes with him in aviators and go, hey,
Yeah.
we got inflation, we got collapsing borders and fentanyl death, but he's wearing aviators. Yeah, he falls off bikes. Yeah, I didn't know who he is, but he's wearing aviators.
Hey, he's eating ice cream. I also enjoy ice cream. He's just like me.
It really is the fact that they try to make they
Try to humanize these demons. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
that's the
They're
only way
like
to say
literally demonic, weird, stiff, like inhuman
Hey,
people.
but don't feel scared. Here's the head of nuclear waste in the U.S.
yeah
Like an alien. It's like in Mars Attacks when the alien wears a dress.
There it is exactly.
He's dressed like a character from The Fifth Element.
Yeah, seriously. Oh God! At some
Looks
point,
like a beluga whale.
So-
look at the head. Looks like a beluga.
But yeah,
you know what it looks like? Actually, it looks like a shaved Matt Damon. A trans Matt Damon is what it looks like.
Royce and I have been saying for 5 years now, we just live in a shittier version of RoboCop. Like that's pretty much what our lives have become.
I agree. This is like the alternate comedy reality. Space aliens go and watch, or our fellow humans.
Yes.
Like they're like an advanced species of humans, and they watch us for entertainment.